the People's Republic of Ireland and Kerry, I welcome you today to this peaceful protest here again outside Ballymullen Barracks in Tralee. And I especially want to thank all the people who supported my last peaceful protest here outside Ballymullen Barracks, and my peaceful protest in Coolock and Dublin, and my peaceful protest outside the Dáil. And you know, this is a very sad time in Irish history where they now propose to ship in asylum migrants, predominantly male, fit male men, into behind the barracks here. And you know, the people of Tralee now need to wake up and understand what's going to happen to this community. We see there behind the Ballymullen Barracks, we have our hospital, who have wanted to buy the lands of Ballymullen Barracks to extend our hospital, Kerry University Hospital, and you know, to no avail. Instead the Irish government wants to flood Tralee with undocumented, unvetted men. On the 18th of February 2024, I, Michelle Keane, launched my first political broadcast on social media with a 5-minute video, or podcast, whatever you'd like to call it, in support of a no vote for the referendum on March the 8th. I went on a 6-week national campaign against the government, inviting us, great Manaw and Nairn, out of our constitution. I was instrumental in getting a strong no vote in Kerry and in Ireland. I have always been a proud and passionate Irish woman, and I always believed in the 32 counties and an Irish Republic. I believed and admired the framers of the 1937 Constitution, and in my opinion, the framers of the 1937 Constitution were far more aware of human rights ever before Mr. Roger O'Gorman, Minister Helen McEntee, Leo Varadkar, Aidan Ryan, Simon Coveney, Minister for Education, Norman Foley, or even Barna Drimter, for that matter. This is a great time now in political history for the great Irish women to voice their opinions. They say history never learns from history, but let me take you back to great Irish women like Hannah Sheedy Skeffington, who was a dedicated Republican, one of Ireland's most ardent promoters in women's rights in the suffragette movement, and a pioneering force in the cause for women's rights. And Countess Markovich, the first ever elected female to the House of Commons. They must be now turning in their graves as to what is happening to this so-called free state of ours and our great country. I was born in 1975, the year of the great Kerry football team, in a humble farm in Appalachia. My father, Luke Keane, was a staunch Republican. I can remember at the age of 6 years of age going into Griffin's news agency shop in Castilland with a brown paper bag and purchasing a copy of Unpublic. My father was and still is a great Republican. In 1983, he published the iconic Then and Now books, which he continued on for the next 40 years before anyone was recording parish and country history. He was a man ahead of his time, and thankfully I have inherited his love of history from his passion for writing and for telling the truth. On March the 23rd, 2017, I attended Martin McGuinness's funeral in Derry with my father. We were lucky enough to get a seat in the church, and we even spoke to Bill Clinton for 2 minutes in the church. I have iconic photos of that funeral that day that I believe will be collected items in time. I went to Martin McGuinness's funeral not because he was a statesman for Sinn Féin or a former IRA member, but I went because I admired the man for his involvement in the peace process. He was Sinn Féin's at the time's chief negotiator in Northern Ireland, and for the negotiations which led to the Good Friday agreement. In my opinion, he was an inspiration along the way, and he became a critical force in the peace process, and as he left his task behind him to become one of the major players in Northern Ireland's peace process. And I respected the man for that. But little did I know that day, as I stood in St. Columba's Church in Long Tower in Derry, what would unfold in this island of ours 7 years later, and how, in my opinion, Sinn Féin, the largest opposition in today's government, and how Mary Lou McDonald would sell her soul for the Irish government. The only opinion that I can make sense of all this is either it is because of Mary Lou's previous Fianna Fáil background, as she was destined to be the lady, in my opinion, to destroy Sinn Féin, and that was her job solely, and she's doing a mighty good job of it. In my opinion, she has sold her soul and her followers and the people who believe in her. In my opinion, Sinn Féin are traitors to the Irish people. You know, when you think of it, I believe that for us to be a force to be reckoned with the Irish people, we need an opposition force in government, and there is no opposition force at the moment to call the government over what's the wrong they're doing to this country. I today invited Minister for Education Norma Foley, newly elected Councillor Mikey Sheeny, Pat Daly TD from Sinn Féin, Minister Robert O'Gorman, Minister Helen McEntee, Unpunished, Micheál Martin, and our Bishop Simon Harris, along with Fionnán Fitzgerald, elected councillor. And where are they? No one here to support the great people of Tralee and Kerry. But the people here that have come out to support me again today don't want to see what's happening in their town. They don't want these undocumented, unvetted men coming into our country. I believe in a 32-country republic, but we need to close the borders down. It's very simple. We need to close the borders down. This isn't a human rights issue. We're not being racist, we're not fair rights, we're ordinary, decent people who care about our communities. But the government, you know, Simon Harris has said that he wants to engage with good, decent people in communities, but yet when we reached out to him to discuss about how they're going to ship in unvetted, asylum men into the barracks here overnight, he has refused to engage with us, the decent people of Kerry. And you know, you see there yesterday, Radio Kerry could report on a protest in the square of a protest from Bangladeshi people, and yet they couldn't come out and support their own people here in Tralee and in Kerry in relation to this peaceful protest. You know, these media platforms that you, the Irish people, are funding through your TV license are not telling the truth. These are propagating lies and misleading the public, and thankfully through social media and through other worldwide news media stations, we are determined in getting the truth out to the world in what's happening to our beautiful country. If we don't make a stand and stand up for our future generations, what hope has Ireland? Ireland is at drinking point now. We can't cope anymore. We're in the tourist capital of this country in Kerry, and what's happening here is, in my opinion, is absolutely outlandish. I mean, if you saw this in a blockbuster movie on Netflix, you couldn't actually write the script and make it up. But look, guys, we're not going to take these migrants coming in overnight in the middle of the night lying down. We are saying here today at this peaceful protest, we don't want these unvetted men coming in to our community. And look, we're aware of all the modular homes being stored in certain areas around It's like if you keep voting these people in, they are going to have free reign and continue to destroy our country. So we need to start ourselves. We can't no longer be blaming the Taoiseach, the Minister for Justice, or TDs. We need to take control and not vote these people in the next general election that's coming up, I would imagine, in the second week in November. So this is the message we need to get out to people. People need to vote for independence. They need a voice. They need a change. We see there just past Jackie Healy-Rae's van there, across the street there, the old Nancy Miles building is, owned by Michael Healy-Rae. In my opinion, these double standards of conflicts of interest of, these TDs and ministers knew for the last 8 years what's coming down the tracks, long before you or I or the great public knew what was happening. And we see there what's happening in Coolock with Paul Collins of Rental Limited, and we see these connections here with a certain dynasty political family in Kerry, and they're buying up properties here around Tralee and housing migrants. Yet very little has been told about a case where one of these asylum migrants wasn't just landed here and into one of these minister TD's houses, properties in Kerry, when he was brought up for rape. These are the stories we're not being told. This is what's being hid from the Irish people. But all this is greed, in my opinion, from TTs profiteering, and their friends, and the ministers. They're all in this together, in my opinion. And it's a case of, money is their God. But that may be the rock they'll perish on. Because I do have faith in God, and I do believe that karma will come back to bite people. But, it's so sad for our future generation. But the people died in 1937. They must be turning in their graves because, it was up to our job. We're only the custodians of our country for the future generations. And look at the present and the mess we're going to hand to our future generations. I am running myself, as you all know, in the general elections as an independent candidate. Just be mindful when all these Pat Daly and his brother, the two of them, I believe, are going to go running in here in Kerry in the next general election. I believe Norma Foley, Mikey Sheehy, Councillor Michael Cannon, Danny Healy-Rae, Michael Healy-Rae, these are all going to come knocking on your door here in Tralee and in Kerry, looking for your number one. I am pleading with you today to educate yourselves and stop voting these, in my opinion, corrupt and greedy individuals into power. We see here behind, just a few hundred yards up the road, there is a mosque. A lot of people in Tralee don't realise that there's a massive mosque built just up there on the road to Manor. This is thanks to your Minister for Education, Norma Foley, for signing up and helping and promoting this mosque and getting it built here in Tralee. We are a Catholic Christian country. We are not Muslim. We need to protect our sovereign state, our faith, our churches, and our beliefs. I am pro-life, and I believe human life is sacred. And the corruption of these politicians and their greed, they will do anything to get a vote. I saw myself firsthand what went on in the local elections, in the ballot box, and in the counting of the votes. But look, I still believe in a democracy, and I am going to fight for ye, the people of Kerry, the people of Ireland, and I won't be bought. And I will never join Sinn Féin. I will never join Fianna Fáil. I will never join Fine Gael. I won't do what those traitors, Michael McNamara and Kieran Mulroney, did to their people and their constituents who voted for them as independents, and they So look, guys, we have to keep the fight up. You know, today we've seen pull up, 2 water cannons are being drafted into the people pull up. You know, this is not good enough. The people of Ireland have enough. We, the people of Kerry, the tourist capital of the kingdom, will not put up with this, and we will fight this to the better end.